Manchester City versus Reading. Next up, let's get the latest prices. Butler.
We saw a game last week in the Championship where the top team played the bottom team, where Cardiff played Peterborough and Peter pulled off a shock. It's not going to happen again. Manchester City 1-7 to win this match. They'll be the shortest price in the Premier League this season against any side. And Reading at 20-1 will be the biggest price you can get on the betting exchanges. You'll probably be able to get 33, maybe even 40-1. Reading are going to be very, very big outsiders for this match. Probably the second biggest price in a Premier League match in the history since Blackburn went to Manchester United and won. So it was similar time to this last season. The draws are 17-2 shot. Man City will win. It's just a question about how many. Reading have conceded an unbelievable amount of goals in their last 6 games. They've gone to Chelsea, who's conceded 4. They've gone to Arsenal, they've played Arsenal, conceded 5. They played Manchester United and conceded 4. And now the champions, they go to the champions. There's goals, goals, goals. Man City 1-7. You're not going to get you rich for Christmas, but they will win.
We'll have a look at those overs-unders in just a second, but you've got to think that Manchester City will score a few against Reading. Reading were terrible against Arsenal. In the first half, at least, I mean, they played 2 up front. They were exposed in midfield. I mean, Brian McDonough's not going to make the same mistake twice. Surely he's got to try and keep it tight.
The big thing now is that Man City can't slip up. So Man City will be absolutely on their mettle every single game now. And if they don't, they're only going to fall further behind. Now, the big thing with me, looking at Man City, I think that if you're going to want to back Man City, you can maybe give Reading a 2-goal start. I think they'll win by more than two clear goals. So I think you might get a bit of value that way. Man City, I think that after Balotelli maybe going out, Aguero, Tevez, I think they'll get on the score sheet. And I was looking at 4-0. 4-0,
according to Flash, when it comes to the game featuring Manchester City and Reading. Let's take a look at one or two of the speciality markets. Butler.
Yeah, it's very hard to make a case for under 2.5, under 3.5, or maybe even under 4.5 in this market. But look at the prices. Over 3.5 goals, 4-5. We spoke about this before when we saw the caption come up. Usually that's a 5-2 shot. It's 4-5 in this case. And that's the kind of prices you get for under 2.5. Under 2.5 is 2-7. Oh, sorry, over 2.5 is 2-7. They're the kind of prices you get for over 1-1.5. And over 1.5, 11-1 on. Incredible. You can't really make a case for them betting, but they will happen. There will be goals. Reading have conceded 37 goals this season, and they scored 17 in their last 6 games. So whenever they play, they concede goals. But who's going to score the goal? That's the question you're going to ask. Manchester City is all about the team news. See who plays, see who starts the game. But whenever they play Tevez and they play Aguero up front, they don't lose. And it's no surprise to see these two dominate the markets. Tevez is a 7-2 shot. Aguero's a 7-2 shot. At the moment, I think Aguero's coming to some bit of form from last season. He was out for a little bit of an injury scare. Tevez has gone off the ball a little bit, not being used as much as he is. Aguero's, for me, should be a little bit shorter. Torres is a 7-1 shot. And if you fancy someone from Reading, Lafondra 18, Roberts at 20 and Hunt 20, your best way to play them would be to back them to score any time in the match rather than score the first goal. But Aguero, the favourite for me, I think he slightly has the edge at present form on Tevez. He's banging form. 7-2 would be the bet for me, Dan.
Yeah, Balotelli misses out, of course, with injury. No Nasri as well for Manchester City. But as you've said this week and last week, previous couple of weeks really, when Roberto Mancini plays Aguero and Tevez, the two Argentines up front, City usually a different prospect.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, they've got so much movement, and what that does is that leaves space for others to go and exploit. I like Aguero, obviously, world star. I mean, you think, people forget he's only like 24-year-old. It's unbelievable. But maybe at a big price, the likes of Kolarov. I looked at the way Arsenal played against Reading the other night, and the fullbacks really got deep into Reading. Kolarov, he'll pull the trigger from 25 yards and in. So for me, Aguero's obvious 7-2, but Kolarov at a big price.
City haven't been as strong at the back as they were last season. And as Butler says, maybe if we look for an anytime goal scorer for Reading, Pogrebniak, we didn't speak about then, he could play. Is there anyone you can think maybe on that Reading team sheet that might be able to puncture Joe Hart's goal?
No. I think that there'll be...
it's going to be a winter nil, maybe?
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, I've gone for 4-0, and I just look at Man City not giving them any chance. Just do not give Reading any chance.